Shiflett, who's no longer with me, I had him review a thing I got from the Brennan Center for Justice, and they reviewed every state's approach to redistricting. And I'm going to give you a copy today to show you how this is done in various states. There's no particular right way or wrong way to do this, just it depends on who wants to take whatever process they do. And there could probably be 50 different ideas here about how to redraw districts. What I think is the beauty of SJR4 is that, again, we're taking a known concept and improving upon it so it's easier for everybody to understand how the process would work. And hopefully, at the end of the day, if we get everybody to move in this direction here, we'll have, in the next decade there, districts that are more competitive at a general election time without having to introduce any other artificial concerns, such as, geographical compactness. I just thought that as a term, everything's not the only thing. So we'll pass this out as well, but that's basically what I've got to say.
Open up for any questions.
If this became law, it still
This will become part of the Constitution.
yeah.
Yeah.
It still wouldn't end gerrymandering if one party wants a table.
Joe, on the surface, that's correct. But see, we've gone through reapportionment now 4 times. In the 70s and 80s, the Democrats had the pencil, as you would like to say, and the last 2 times the Republicans had. So each party has had 2 times drawing lines to their so-called political advantage. You subscribe to that. And as such, when you only have 5 people on board, counting to 3 is all that matters. And right now, I would say that both parties have an opportunity to come clean and to actually, they support reform, do it now. Because like I said, we have right now a level playing field in terms of the apportionment board seats. The fact that the Secretary of State has chosen not to run for re-election tells you that you got, in theory, 1 incumbent who could get re-elected to their terms, and then you have a new Secretary of State. Under the current method here, whoever wants the Secretary of State's position there gets to draw the lines. And I would tell you that whatever party is on the short end of the stick there is going to feel sorry for the next 10 years. Under this proposal here is that you don't have to run the tables. But if one party did run the table, I think, as Kevin pointed out, if the voters have clearly spoken, they like one party and all over substantially over another there, I don't think people at that point in time can really complain about how the legislative districts work. And as you know, I think in both the the most recent reapportionment, the Republicans ran all 3 statewide seats. So it was 4-1 Republican when we drew the lines the last time. And I believe in the 90s it was 3-2 because I believe that was Winovich, Taft, and Ferguson, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. Was there a challenge to that last round? I don't think there was.
Yes, there's really been challenges, but a lot of that stuff here, a lot of people don't realize is that you have to subscribe to federal election laws about how districts are drawn. That's usually where the challenge comes. So what we're looking at right now is, assuming whether there's 90 challenges or not, is that unless one party runs all 3 of the constitutional seats there, they would be forced to have to compromise and draw districts that would make them competitive.
What prevents gerrymandering are these standards that have been developed over years of judicial decisions and these traditional values that you place in creating these districts. And I would hope that there's a recognition when looking at the last process that it's not just a matter of a bunch of politicians sitting around the table and say, I want this house, I want this block, I want this neighborhood and that neighborhood. That's not, or draw me in. Those are really stories from a bygone era. It's a lot more scientific today, and if you observed that process the last time around, you know that although one party kind of drew the lines around here, there were significant constraints on us in doing that have been defined by time and the process and the courts over the years. So I really don't think that that's not a guarantee that some group of irresponsible office holders down the road of one party may someday decide to test the limits of those constraints. But again, they're accountable to the people, directly elected by the people, and the people have the ability to hold them accountable for those actions should they do that. But I think it's highly unlikely.